When we move past the asteroid belt after Mars, we will witness the gas giants like Jupiter and Saturn and icy water worlds like Neptune and Uranus. You cannot imagine terrestrial life existing on these giant planets. They are completely different from the four inner planets of the Sun, that is Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. Here we have planets that seem like a failed star. Planets with no solid land, huge storms and gravity so strong that nothing can survive. But there is a ray of hope. In fact, there are multiple rays of hope. These massive planets have lots of natural satellites orbiting them. Jupiter alone has 80 moons, and there is the possibility that it has even more. These moons harbor similar conditions to that of the terrestrial planets and are major candidates for future human colonies. So let's have a trip to one such moon known as Europa and see what will be the experience of living there. My name is Siddharth and you're watching The World of Science. Since Jupiter is on average 630.4 million kilometers away from Earth, it would take us at least 3 years just to get into Europa's orbit, plus additional time to land. Galileo Galilei, through his telescope, witnessed many things in the sky that were not known to humanity before. Among the findings were the 4 moons of Jupiter, that is Ganymede, Io, Callisto and Europa, that we now know as Galilean moons. Europa is named after the Phoenician queen of Greek origin, known for her love affair with the Greek god Zeus or his Roman equivalent Jupiter. It was discovered by Galileo in 1610 and since then a lot of information has been gathered about it. It is the 6th largest moon in the solar system but smaller than our Earth's moon. Europa has the smoothest surface in the solar system with little to no presence of mountains and craters. The surface is made up of silicate rock and the crust is completely frozen water ice. A day on Europa is nearly 3.5 times a day on Earth, so we'll have enough time to study the surface. But this long day poses a great risk too. Due to the lack of a dense atmosphere, the surface of Europa is exposed to deadly radiation. The radiation level received on Europa is 5.4 sievert per day, an amount that would cause severe illness or death in human beings if exposed for even a single Earth day. If we compare this value to what we receive on Earth, we will find that Europa receives 1800 times more radiation than Earth. So we will have to be well suited to be safe from this deadly radiation. If there ever be a plan for future human colonization here, they will have to live in radiation-proof chambers. Apart from radiation, like nearly all father bodies, Europa is very cold. The average temperature is nearly minus 170 degrees Celsius and the maximum temperature reaches a value of minus 148 degrees Celsius. Such a cold temperature demands the need for warming up the moon for any chance of our survival. The possibility of warming Europa with terraforming techniques is thinkable because it is very small in comparison to the Earth and Mars. Its total mass is only 0.008 times the mass of the Earth and its mean radius is just 0.24 times that of the Earth. Now let's talk about the atmosphere of Europa. It has a very thin atmosphere with the presence of an ionosphere in the upper region. Unlike Earth, the atmosphere of Europa is made up by its interaction with Jupiter. The UV radiation and ionized particles from the Jupiter's atmosphere collide with the surface of Europa and cause the splitting of water into hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen being the lighter element escapes and an artificial atmosphere is created on Europa consisting primarily of oxygen. The presence of oxygen in the atmosphere is the main factor that is attracting scientists to invest their time in Europa. Also, the free oxygen atoms can interact with the subsurface ocean to aid in a biological process essential in harboring life on this moon. Yes, there is an ocean on Europa hidden beneath the solid icy crust which could harbor extraterrestrial life. The layer of this underground ocean is nearly 100 km thick. The heat from the tidal flexing causes the ocean to remain liquid and drives ice movement similar to plate tectonics. There is also a conductive layer in it that is formed of salt water. This conductive layer contributes a little to the magnetic field of Europa. The inner core of the moon is made up of iron and nickel. While surveying the land, we will witness oceanic ridges-like structures on the surface that continuously produce warm water plumes erupting from inside. Like the crust on Earth, Europa has icy continental plates, and sometimes these crusts spread open to let the warm water beneath erupt onto the surface. The huge gaps look similar to Earth's oceanic ridges and are the most visible characteristics of Europa from space. We will also see some lakes of warm water on the surface. Sometimes these warm waters are entrapped in the icy outer shell. We shall see many ice spikes protruding on the surface going to as high as 15 to 20 meters. They add some beauty to the scenery of barren Europa. Talking about the scenery, the sky will look beautiful at night. It will be filled with other 79 moons of Jupiter, and watching gigantic Jupiter itself will be a breathtaking experience. Jupiter will cover a large portion of the sky, and due to the tidal locking of Europa, there is also a special zone where Jupiter will appear to hang directly overhead. Visiting Europa will be an interesting expedition for anyone. Plain, barren white surface with breathtaking sky views, that's what Europa has to offer. Also, we can see the huge plumes of water vapor coming from the southern poles that rise as high as 200 kilometers. That is insane, and one such plume was detected by the Hubble Space Telescope. The tidal forces are about 1,000 times stronger than the moon's effect on Earth. The only other moon in the solar system exhibiting water vapor plumes is Enceladus, where we shall go in the next video. Besides these, Europa, with oxygen in the atmosphere and underground ocean, has a very good probability of harboring some kind of extraterrestrial life. Just imagine, beneath those solid crusts, there are organisms swimming in the warm, salty water. There are missions lined up for further exploration of Europa, and we can hope to find something about this amazing moon very soon. So how was your trip to Europa with us? Let us know in the comments. If you found this video interesting, please leave a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Check out the latest issue of our magazine Cosmos Now, which is India's first independent astronomy magazine. Link is in the description. Do follow us on Instagram for daily quality content that'll make you fall in love with science. Make sure you subscribe to the World of Science. Until next time, stay scientific.